All right, it's the new year. It's 2021. Happy New Year. And if you're anything like me, New Year means lots of goals and planning and habits and thinking about what I want to achieve in the coming year. Now, I'm a big fan of approaching this from kind of a habits point of view, as goals themselves can seem so intimidating, these giant things you need to achieve, whereas habits are, a lot more achievable when they're broken down into these small little chunks. So on that note, this video is 3 of my favorite habit tracking apps I've found and used. Some of the most well-designed, beautifully designed aesthetic apps that I've tried out. So yeah, let's get into it, and hopefully they'll serve you well for 2021 and beyond. Also, this intro will look a little bit different to the main video. I re-recorded this intro because I didn't like my first attempt. All right, let's get straight into it. The first is called Confetti. Now, it's a habit tracker for both building good habits and breaking bad habits. And it's got a really nice way to see an overview of all of your habits and your routine in weekly, monthly, and yearly views. I love this dashboard design with boxes showing you clearly what tasks need to be done on what day, what you've already accomplished, and what still needs doing, as well as your streaks, of course. So pros and cons are probably the easiest way to compare these 3 apps. So, pros of Confetti. It is on web and mobile. And that includes both iOS and Android. So you can check it from your desktop, you can check it from your phone when you're out and about. I like that it's everywhere. There's also a Chrome extension so that you can check your dashboard and your habit progress each day every time you open a new tab on the web. It has a beautiful design. These interactions and the pops are super satisfying to tick off, which is really important with a habit app. I mean, that's the main thing you're going to be doing, ticking off tasks, and you want that to feel satisfying. I think they've done a really good job here, especially with the namesake confetti appearing each time you mark off a habit. And there's an easy way to view multiple views, your weekly view, monthly, yearly, all time, as well as the stats built around each of these, so you can really drill down into the data behind each of your habits. Really nice job there. Okay, the cons. It's a little bit buggy to edit and manage your habits once you've got them in there. To do it on the mobile, you need to select the habit in the top left, select it from this list, then go to the top right in here and tap on these 3 little dots. And then you can archive or edit. There's no central singular screen to manage all of your habits in one list in one go. So it gets a little bit clunky sometimes. And I actually couldn't find a way to edit habits at all on the web version. So that's a bit of a bummer. I'm sure that'll get addressed and fixed as the app is around a bit longer and they get some feedback though. So, pricing. Confetti is free for the first 3 habits you enter. And then it is $2.50 a month or $15 a year to unlock unlimited habits. Not bad at all. All right, number 2 is called Everyday. Now, the first thing you'll notice about Everyday is its striking design. I love this. This is awesome. I really like when an app or an app designer, reinvents the visual way of explaining information, especially something as data-driven as habits and streaks and graphs and everything that comes along with it. This actually serves a dual purpose though. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it also encourages you to keep your habit streak up, as the more days in a row, the longer your streak, the more established each color becomes, kind of representing how established the habit is becoming ingrained in your daily life. Really nice touch there. Every day also has the option to skip a day. Sometimes, things are out of your control. You can't achieve a certain habit in a certain day, so you can mark a day as a skipped day without losing your streak. However, you can only do this 1 day in a row. If you do a second skip day, you lose your streak and you start from 0 again. Side note, I love their attention to detail. The latest version of Everyday, which was released I think on the 1st of January this year, the version code was V2.021. Really nice little Easter egg call out to the year 2021 this year just starting. Okay, so pros of Everyday. It is everywhere. It is on the web, it's on iOS, it's on Android, there's even a Mac app. There are browser extensions for Chrome and Firefox to be reminded each time you open a new tab. I think this is really great because with habits, you're wanting to be reminded throughout the day. You want to make sure that you haven't forgotten a certain habit if you just don't look at the certain app on your phone for the whole day. So having these everywhere, kind of reminding you, just checking that you've ticked off the habit for the day is a nice touch. And of course, its beautiful design is a massive pro. Not only does this look nice, not only does this encourage you to keep your streaks going, but the nicer an app is to look at and to use, the more likely you are to keep using it and the more likely you are to enjoy using it, which is something you want to be checking and marking off daily. That's pretty important. Okay, the cons of Everyday. The interface and the way it's designed seems a lot better suited for desktop viewing on the web or on the desktop app with a wide screen. It can feel a little bit cluttered and cramped on your vertical mobile screen. But if you are moving between the desktop version and the mobile version, it's not that big a thing. Okay, pricing. It's a little bit more expensive than what we saw with Confetti. It is $4.99 per month or $2.50 per month when billed annually, which comes to $29.99 for the whole year. or there is an option for a $99 one-time purchase. Okay, our third and final habit tracking app is called Done. Now this is more of a minimal approach. It's mobile only and iOS only actually, but it is a favorite in the productivity space and it does have some features that set it apart, so I did want to mention it here. So the main view here is pretty stunning. You've got multicolored bars representing each habit you're building or breaking, and it's nice and simple and condensed into just this one screen where you can see everything you need to work on for that particular day. One of the nicer features of Done is its ability to set a goal for multiple times in one single day. So if you have a habit that's something like you want to stretch in the morning and in the evening, you've got 2 instances of this one habit in a single day. You can do that in Done. You can mark 2 versions of one habit in one day and have them both marked off. It's good to have that little bit extra flexibility depending on what your habits look like. And of course it has all the usual streak features and all the data behind your habits as well. So, pros of Done. I love how much care has been put into the design of this app, including the sound effects and the little vibration and haptic feedback every time you mark off a task. It really makes it feel engaging to tick off a task. The app is beautifully minimal and simple, which really helps you enjoy using it and marking off tasks every day. Like I said, you can mark off a goal multiple times a day, a definite pro for an app like this. And you can actually also lock your habits behind Face ID or Touch ID if you wanted to keep things private here. For such a minimal app, there are surprisingly in-depth graphs and summaries of each habit in week, month, and year views, and you can really drill down into all of this data and kind of see the information behind the habits you're doing every day. Something else I liked, you can add journal entries to every habit if you want to put a note next to each habit's instance, so if you want to remember something about that particular habit you did that day. Okay, cons of Done. Now, like I said, this is iOS only. Now, this could be good or bad depending on how far into the Apple world you are. For example, there are some pretty cool Apple integrations with a full integration with HealthKit if you want habits to be marked off based on your activities. There are widgets, there's an Apple Watch integration. So if you're already in that Apple ecosystem, this may not be that bad. And a second con, some of the settings screens in this app can be a little bit overwhelming and confusing with just a whole wall of options, and some of the icons can feel a little bit ambiguous and it's hard to know what they may do. That may just have been my experience though, so give it a try yourself. So those are the 3 best habit tracking apps I've found for 2021. I'm still not sure which one I'm going to be using. I'm going to continue testing them for the next week or so and see which one fits in best for me. But if you have a favorite I haven't mentioned yet, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what else is out there. And if you'd like more creative tech videos like this, I'd love it if you subscribed. Good luck with all of your goals and habits for 2021, and I'll see you in next week's video.